Hi, my name is Terry Lee, and this is video 2 in our Spring Mist book series. When we left off, we had made the book and we had put our ties on, and then we added the front and the back cover. Now, I started going through this again after the video was over, and not only is there this pocket in the back. Sorry, I was talking for almost 3 hours already today, so my voice is kind of shredded. But on the back page, there's a pocket, okay? And then I knew in the middle we had a pocket, but what I didn't realize was that we had made, when we glued everything together, let me get a hold of it, there we go, we actually made a double pocket. So there's 2 pockets right here. So that's pretty cool. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to make the writing card for this big pocket here. And then we're going to put the ephemera that we're going to use in the double pocket. And we're going to make a pocket out of a book page and put it on the paper and cut the paper down for, let's see, okay, yes, I've got it, for page 2, and I have a big stack of stuff here already, paper clipped and everything, and then this odd setting, never mind. Anyway, so we're going to do pages 1, 2, and 8. And then we're going to do the card for this pocket and the tags for these pockets. Okay, so the first thing on my list, I'm not really sure why, but the pocket size that should fit the writing card, this paper is printed on both sides. And what I want to do is I want to make the writing card this middle section, not this end or cutting it in half. I want to be this section right here. Okay, so we're going to make our card 4 inches wide, and I can already see that I should move both of those over a little bit just so I don't have to cut through that, and I can get right up closer to here. But that just means the picture is off center. All right, so what we do is to do one in the center like this. If you have a Tim Holtz ruler, it has a zero ruler. So if you can see that, there's a 0 on one side, and of course the 6, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah, blah, blah. On that side. On this side, it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means you can find the center of something by laying the ruler down and moving it back and forth until you have the exact same amount on both sides, and then that will give you your center. Well, I did pretty good. And on this particular piece of paper here, now that I've trimmed the white off, the equal part is 5 3/8. So now that we've got it on 5 3/8 and 5 3/8, I'm gonna have to slide it. Then we're going to just make a light mark, just very light, just so you can see it. Then we're going to go over 1, 2 and make a mark. And then we're going to go over 1, 2 and make a mark, which is what I did. But I'm going to move each one of these over by 1/2 of an inch. No, 1/4 of an inch. Just so that it will fit the picture better on the card. I'll move that 1/4 of an inch over that way. And that gives me a better, because I got this center and then I've got the same amount to each side. Okay, so now we're going to cut this. And you're going to have to ink it, but I'm not going to make you watch me ink it on camera. I'm just going to show you. So now we're going to cut in the middle of the pencil mark, not on the inside of the pencil mark. And on the outside, you just line that little wire, or whichever way your cutter works, right up down the middle of that. And we're going to cut that. And we're going to cut this. And we should have the right size card. Oh, actually, we need to cut this down. We need to cut it down to 6. We'll see if I did this right. Okay, so that's our writing card. Why does that look crooked to me? All right, if it's our temporary writing card, if that is actually crooked. And you're going to ink all the edges, and that's why I printed it on both sides ahead of time, so I didn't have to glue paper onto that. Okay. So we're going to use that in this big pocket here. And I've got some tabs. The kit came with some tabs. Oh yeah, that'll easily fit in there, and in fact it's too small. So this could have been a 6x6 card. So I'll make a new one off. I'm sorry. You see how far down it goes in there? It goes way down. I could have made it bigger. So I'm going to make a 6x6. Yeah, this is 6 inches tall. Let's see, it is 3 inches wide. It's 3 3/4. And that's 4. It is crooked. So I'll have to print out another one of these. But that's how you do it. The flowers are in the right place. The card just needed to be wider and a little bit longer and cut straight. And then we would put it in this back pocket back here. Oh, there are some tabs that came. Look at me fussy cutting my little heart out. Oh, there they are. Let's see. These are the flowers that match this. The way I do the tab, because I'm nutty, I guess, I like to get, I have trouble cutting these out so that they look exactly the same. So I cut it out. I'm going to have to remember to ink these as well. And I do not cut out that center part. Then I fold it in half. She says confidently. I fold it in half. So that's what my tab is going to look like. I fold it, fold it, fold it. I definitely want to make sure it's laying flat. And then I cut it out so that it's the same on both sides because it's folded over. It's like making a tag, you know, where you fold the thing in half and then and we're only going to need one of these anyway. Okay, so let's cut this a little bit. Okay, so now they're the same on both sides. The cutout part is the same. So then all we have to do is ink it and then glue it on the card once we get the card done. So to glue it on, you just, sometimes I'll do it ahead of time and glue the big part together, and then all I have to do is glue the edge. But the tab would go on the edge right there like that, and that way you could pull the card in and out. I'll show you in video 4 the completed card when I redo it. Okay. Well, that was a bust. But if you don't see the mistakes that you're possibly going to make, then you're not going to see how to fix them. Okay. Now, the next step is to cut out and ink 4 tags, excuse me. Now, I think, and I didn't think of it before, but I think I'm going to do the hole punch in these and then put something in the top. Grab my hole punch. And sorry about that. I stood up and my mic popped off of my shirt. That's always fun. And so I think I'm going to put something on the top that matches we've got these strings here. So I'm going to poke the hole where the white area is. You don't even have to put anything in them if you don't want to. But I would recommend at least punching out so you don't have that white mark right there. Yeah, it's about as many as I can do with my poor hands. I could have used for my crocodile, but why? Okay, so now all we need is a string. And fold it in half. Feed the loop through the hole. Put the ends through the loop. Kind of stick your fingers through if you can. And then it's like that. And then you can trim them. Excuse me, I am so sorry. My throat is just totally shredded. And then do that on all 4 tags. You can make this shorter. Sometimes, just to make sure that it doesn't come undone, I will tie a knot before I cut the ends off. Oh, for goodness sake. Like that. And then I'll trim this off. It'd be kind of cool to have them hang in there, though. All right. So you're going to do that to all 4. You're going to ink all 4. These are printed on both sides. So at least one side is a writing card. This one is both sides. This one is writing on the back. And this one has writing space on the back. Now we're going to put these where our double pocket is. And we're going to do that just temporarily because we'll have to take them out to work on the book. But I just wanted to show you what we're going to do with them. Once you get them all ready, you're going to open up your double pocket. You're going to put one facing this way with the writing part on the inside. And then another, well, this one's writing on both sides, so I guess it doesn't matter. In the other pocket. So now this one's in wrong. Okay. You want the picture to be facing out is basically what I'm trying to tell you here. And these will go in farther. But they're going to stick out. And the reason I'm showing you this, because I'm sure you can stick 2 tags into 2 pockets. is that I want you to make sure that they're lined up with a gap in the center, because we need to be able to tie our tie and tie the book shut. Okay? These go farther down in. I'm just having difficulties today, that's all. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do four tags. Okay, then we're going to cut a piece of, this is the paper for the page, for page 2. We've got a tag. We have book page, which I cut all the white off around the edges, then I've inked it both sides. And this is from an old dictionary, and it's in the R's: repertoire, replicate, report. This side is reorganize and rent. Okay, so I made this the width of the, almost the width of the page, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a pocket that looks like this. Now, this is obviously narrower, so that's okay though, because we don't have any small tags in this kit. We can make one, don't worry, but I'm just saying on the outset. And we don't have any little bitty ones, but we're going to use something else instead. All right, so let's set this and the tag that's going to go in it up here. All you have to do to make this pocket is fold your paper up. See, how far do I want it to go up? I guess about here. Line it up so that it's straight, except I didn't cut it exactly straight. Let's do this. Let's fold the end of it over to give the pocket lip reinforcement. Anyway, that's not a bad idea. And then it also allows us to make the top of the pocket straight. Okay. So now we're going to fold the pocket. It's got to be re-inked then. Plus you're going to see it when we fold it back, so that might be kind of neat anyway. So then all we have to do is fold this up. We just folded the bottom of the page up, and then you take this corner and you just bring it down until it touches the bottom. Okay. Okay. Now that we know where everything's going to go, we can ink it. And I'm really liking this pumice stone color. Like, it's like a gray green, and it's looking good on everything. Okay, and we bent this in a new place, didn't we? All right, so now that we have this, we need to glue it. So we're just going to glue it along this edge right here. We're going to put a little drop in here to hold this shut. And then we're going to ink this, or glue this up to the crease. And that will make our pocket. Okay. Then we're going to glue this down with a little drop of glue. Just a little drop. Actually, I'm going to do this whole side over here. That way when we flip it down and the bottom goes across here, then it will seal that down. And that's all there is to that. If you okay, so we're going to put the big tag here. And I picked this one so you could see the butterfly. And then we'll put a little piece of ephemera in here. And we'll put another piece in here. So the ones I picked out. So here's the little tag that's going to go in there. And then I thought I would do something similar to what I did on the other one. But then I found this butterfly. And so I may just put the butterfly on there. But I did dig through my button jar, which isn't very full, but there's quite a few buttons in there. And try to figure out a way to use both. I don't know. Probably not the button. Maybe some cloth, like some cheesecloth or let me get some gauze. That's what I was trying to think of. And just get a little bitty piece. Okay, now we can glue this to the butterfly. Kind of stretch it out a little bit, fray it out, and we can just glue this to the butterfly because the glue will go right through the gauze. And glue that to there. Then we're just going to take and put the glue on top of this, just down the middle where his little body is. And we're going to position him on here. I'm going away from the pocket. No, I think I want him going this way. And the reason we only did the body was so the, I don't like that, I'll trim it. It's so that the, we can lift the wings up. There we go. Move that out of the way. Now we have to, let's take these two out. Now we're going to glue this to the page. And when we glue it, we're going to glue it with this top open. And so that will be another place for a tag as well. So we're only going to glue the sides. And the bottom. Okay. And you're going to want to glue it fairly, fairly far down, because you want to be able to have something stick out of the pocket. You want to have enough room. Okay. Now we're going to take this whole page. We're going to glue it into the book. This is page 2. My dog thinks there's someone at the door. Little does he know it's just the truck out, their neighbor's truck. Okay, so we glued that down. We could have made an even bigger thing out of it by folding that down, which would have been kind of neat. Okay, so now all we have left to do on this page is put our tag in, put our piece of ephemera in here, and then we're done with that page. Now, we're going to put another tag up here. I forgot. Let's take one of these that's already been... There you go. So we got to hole punch this one. Put something through it. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to go through and do all the tags at once. So that will look like that, and you see the butterfly matches the butterfly. And the crowd roars. Okay. Now, page 1 and page 8 are the same. They're not exactly the same, but they're the same. Now, what we need to do first is get these pockets ready. That's page 1. And this is page 8. These are the 2 pockets. Let me get this out of the way here. We're going to get our scoreboard out. Now, this is not going to lay flush. Move this out of the way a little bit more. This is not going to lay flush for you to score this line anywhere. So I saw this tip. I don't remember who it was. It was probably Robin from Uniquely Robin's, but I'm not sure. You take a marker and just make one of the lines. I should have made it on 6 and not 5 3/4, but I wasn't paying attention and I just drew it. Because then you can line these lines up without having them, you know, be up against the top. You can just line the lines up where you see where the crease is. You can just line that up on that black line. And then you know when you score it, you're scoring it straight down where it's supposed to be scored. Remember to hold your bone folder more flat. And then we're going to do it again. We're going to score that. We might as well do the other one. My dog keeps barking because today is Tuesday. And the lawn care guys come on Tuesday. So I call it Free Bark Tuesday because I just let him bark at the guys because he's good all week. I give him a little barky reward. Pretty sure I could have held my hand differently. Okay. So we're just going to fold these on the score lines. Same thing on this one. Take your bone folder, make this flat, and make your side nice and crisp. Okay. Now we're going to put them on the pages. We're going to put them on the page so they're like this. So we're going to need to attach it to the page first. Let's get this out of the way. All right, now we want the pocket on the outside, so that means this one goes here. All right, so we get it where we want it. And then we're going to flip it over, just like when we do envelopes. Well, I got a little carried away with the glue there. Make sure this little area is glued down. And then we're going to glue the page to the book. We're not going to do anything else on this page right now except for just this. Okay. It did pull down a little bit. And I numbered the papers because I cut them out ahead of time and inked them ahead of time. So don't forget to ink your pages. But I did number them to the pages so that I knew which ones I had picked out for which page. Some people just stack them up in order. You know, everybody's different. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Okay, I'm just looking at it. All right, now we're going to go back to page 8, just the back page. I'm going to do the same thing. See, and this one matches that paper. See? Oh, you know what I didn't do? And you guys let me do it. Once I put this on, I needed to ink this corner. Guess I did it. Looks like I did. I had thought I would use some of that tea dye maybe like on those pockets where it's kind of light, but I'm really, like I said, I'm really liking that pumice stone. I thought it would be too dark. And you want to make sure when you're doing the paper and you glue this on the way the flower, this is a directional paper, so you want to make sure that you glue it on correctly. Oh, actually it's not. The flowers go all over, but in case it is, make sure the writing on the pocket's right side up. This one looks a little short, but just make it centered. Okay, and that's all we're going to do for that right now. Okay, so I think actually we've done everything we were supposed to do in this video. Like I said, I do need to finish these tags and then redo the card to go in here because remember that the size was off. Okay, and so that's all we needed to do for this time, and then we will figure out what we want to put in those big pockets, and yeah, and we'll go from there. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video, and that'll be just a second for you and a day for me. Bye bye.